It's the 40th episode! Before we talk about where we're at now, I just want to go rewind as always. Why did we start doing these kind of, why have we done 40 vlogs? When you look back at some of them are like properly pitchy and kind of TV style.
I tried to turn myself into a newsreader at one point. But I used to do them on my own, remember? And that was really hard because it's like me, like, hello! We'd be like, oh my God, what a week. It's been the best week ever. Like when we used to go and we were meeting all those businesses for the first time and stuff.
Yeah.
And then now, I'm not saying it's a bit more boring, but it's like the weeks are a little bit more structured and it's a bit more like we know where we're at, so it's not quite, it's not quite as new.
Yeah.
So I think when we do them, like now I feel like I've got a lot to say and reflect on, but it's not quite the same
vibe.
Newness.
Yeah, it's funny because so when Henry, my brother, was in, about a year ago, it was this week sort of thing. And we filmed, like, he behind the scenes filmed us and did a whole week of pretty much of like behind the scenes. And we were just like running around. It was just me, you and Henry running around, filming everything. It was all a bit of fun. I was on the phone to him literally last night and I was explaining, like, when you come in, it's a different vibe. There's like really 7 or 8 people around the desk. Everybody's focused, everybody's working.
Well, you won't be able to just follow us around, do you know what I mean? It's like
the whole thing, and I was trying to explain to him like the challenges that we're facing now. Back then, they're just different sets of problems that you have. So I'm almost interested, like, to get him in to work with you, Scott, and for him to like feel the difference in the energy.
I'd like to see what the difference, and then how that would look as like a piece of content. Like, what would a daily vlog this year, year look like compared to what a daily vlog? Because last year the daily vlogs were literally like, it made it seem, and actually it was a fair representation, that we were just charging across London in like Nike hoodies. And now, we are still charging across London, but there's a different feel to it. It's a bit more, it's not just me and you charging, there's a lot of people charging, there's a bit of a team, there's a bit more, it feels a bit more slick. So it will be a little bit different, I think.
We pride ourselves, we've got like some of the best coaches in the country holding this space for people. We're so privileged for, like, as you said, like, people to come into Sanctus at work and talk about the things that they do. So we'll never ever take that lightly. You talk about like familiarity of the team. I just feel like we're never gonna let that sort of loosen. It's always gonna be like the core of what we do, having the best team working on this. So that's the tension we've got at the minute. It's just growing pains of like going from this level to the next and bringing on the right people. So.
And there's loads of other sick stuff going on as well. Like, we've got I've got it all. There's Sanctus Talks. So Sanctus Talks was a kind of free community space that we created for people to come along and talk about their mental health for free, completely accessible for anyone who works anywhere. Like, you don't have to work in Sanctus. And Rose is just is kind of growing that and essentially franchising it. So we ran our first ever Sanctus Talks in Thailand, which is amazing. So like 20 people went to a Sanctus Talks in Thailand and talked about their mental health, which is just madness. And now we're starting to do more Sanctus Talks from Sanctus in Shoreditch, which is sick, and then in North, South and West London. So that's amazing. We did one of those last night, which was class. We did the podcast with Will Young, which was amazing. That was like genuinely, I mean, I did it, so I feel like I can't say this, but I can, because it was genuinely incredible. Like, just as a piece of content and a story, to be honest, like, to hear from someone who has tasted what it is like to have the best of absolutely everything, and then to be really candid and honest about what he was actually feeling underneath all that. But then podcast number 2 is a podcast that we've done in association with, or partnership really, with Spotify. That's called Killing It. So that's focused on mental health in the startup world. And we released the first episode of that yesterday with Alex DePledge. So she's sold a business for 20 odd million pounds. She's kind of done the startup journey and killed it. And really, she kind of shares what that story was really like behind the kind of glamorous headlines, and that's also an incredible podcast, to be honest.
Yeah, there's just so much change, like every week, and lots of these things we've never done before. So you do question yourselves on like, is this the right way to do it? Is this the best way to do it? And I think sometimes it's best to just do it and then learn from it. And yeah, I feel like every day we're solving problems that we've never solved before. And in all of our roles, not just me and you, but as a team, we're all doing things that we've never done before. So we're constantly learning. And then I think the best thing for me and you going through that period has been, and I don't know if anyone watching like has this space for themselves. Obviously, the Sanctus space is, as a one-to-one is great, but we work with Felicity, who is our kind of couples therapy space where we both have a space once a month to talk through challenges like that. And I genuinely feel like without that space, I don't think we'd be sitting here as comfortably as without that. So that's been massive for us. So I think we're going to go through this level up and the team will be much bigger over the next 3 months on all sides. I think the kind of businesses and the number of people using Sanctus is going to potentially double over the next 3 to 6 months as well. The types of businesses we're speaking to, I spoke to one just this morning, like another level almost to what we thought we'd be talking to. You know, a year ago, we'd never thought we'd even sit in the room with some of these businesses. So
I think just in general, I think the thing to look out for from anyone kind of watching Sanctus is just more faces, probably. More kind of ambassadors who are going to host Sanctus Talks, more coaches, more people joining the team. So it's exciting.
Watch this space.
Yeah, episode 40. Boom.